Good morning, everyone. This is Jim Thompson, and I have a reading and a prayer this morning. Hopefully, this finds you all well. This reading comes from Joel Goldsmith, a book called Our Spiritual Resources, and it's on page 45 and 46. And he says, I do not expect the day will ever come when there will be one church on earth, since for many generations to come there will be varying states and stages of consciousness. But this need not in any way interfere with the ultimate realization of the great truth that there is but one God, and this God is the God of all churches. And therefore, regardless of our affiliation, we are brothers to one another. And in a final word, he says for this chapter, he says, if you find it difficult to forgive those who have offended you or yours, pray daily that God forgive them. Forgiveness is one of the great spiritual qualities, but personal sense does not make it difficult at times for us to understand and demonstrate the true nature of forgiveness. Nevertheless, we can always turn to God and ask God to forgive our enemies and awaken them in spiritual wisdom. I like that, to be able to awaken in spiritual wisdom. And so if you would, just turn within with me right here. And just allow that knowledge of the divine, knowing that there is simply one life. That life is God, and that life is perfect. And that life is my life, right here and right now. And I know that life is yours. And so in this space, I simply know and affirm that that essence of pure love, pure joy, pure peace, and wisdom is radiating in and through and as every thought, every word, and every activity that takes place on this plane of existence and beyond. And in this knowing, I simply accept and affirm in the area of relationships that Spirit moves before us, before me, allowing itself to manifest fully within each contact, with each person I come into contact with each situation, knowing that as I show up, I do so in love, I do so in joy, and that I bring peace into each and every room with which I walk into. And in the area of health, I know that I am the shining and living example of perfect health, as that divine blueprint of perfection at the very center of my being simply radiates out through every corpuscle in my body, just allowing itself to manifest fully. And to walk in that divine light, knowing that everything functions properly, I have no aches or pains, no worries, no doubts, and no fears. Ah, sweet Spirit. And in the area of abundance or wealth, I simply know that God is my source. And at the very center of that source is a table laid before me, filled with all of the riches, and it is but mine to take. As an heir to the throne of the kingdom of heaven, I simply just say thank you each time I walk in, knowing that those warehouses are full and overflowing, full of all the gifts in the universe. And in the area of employment or vocation, I simply know that what is seeking me, I am seeking. That divine idea of the perfect place to manifest and experience the divine fully. That each co-worker, each congregant, each person with whom I come into contact with is simply an opportunity for the divine to express itself fully, not only within myself, but within them. And for my world, recognizing that right here and right now, that there are instances where it seems there are discord, there is unrest. But what I know at the very center of my being is that divine rest, is that divine peace, that divine wholeness and wisdom, that each person is heard. And that we simply live in a brotherhood or a sisterhood, and that we do forgive each other for anything unlike which we wish to experience, as we forgive ourselves. So with a heart filled full of gratitude and joy, I simply release these words into the law and leave them to manifest themselves fully, knowing that they return not unto me void, but are even now fully manifestation in each and every one of us. And in agreement together we say, and so it is. Amen. Thank you.